Okay, so we are spiritual beings in a physical body. Our thought creates reality, and we're all connected. Now, that's how I start the videos always. Now, I'm going to say that this video may or may not be put out, but it's almost like a video where I'm going to correct myself. And I shouldn't have to, but you see, because we do live in such a complicated, strange world, which it shouldn't be, and it really isn't, but because we are in a matrix, and the matrix is all-powerful and about playing a mind game with humans, shall we say. That is, the humans are put into the matrix, more or less, at a basic kind of level, and I don't fully understand it, and I've said this before, and I'm having trouble talking because I'm out of balance. Because one of my ears is blocked up. So this is, and balance also is an interesting word. I always talk about balance. Well, you see, the balance is a lot simpler than what people would want to make it. We don't have to make all this balance stuff into some sort of great big enlightenment and stuff like some do, I now realise, because you see, I make my videos just from my own experience in a way, because the matrix exposed itself to me a little while ago. I say a little while ago only in the sense that I've lived 60 years, and the matrix has only shown itself in the last two, so it's kind of like that. But yes, everything needs to be corrected, because whatever you say, this is what I now realise, and this is the difficult thing with even making a video. You almost say, should you make a video? Well, look, I make them now for a different purpose to what I originally did. I don't make them now with the same purpose, because my information is different. I haven't changed the way I started to think, because the matrix come down. Like I say, it exposed itself, it opened itself up. Not because I was looking for it, but because it did not want me, I don't think, to... Because I don't think I would have seen it myself anyway. But clearly I was seeing something, or just, like I say, the frequency vibration thing. And sometimes it's just as simple as that, which is kind of strange. A person that raises their frequency in this low frequency world, if enough humans did it, because humans control the frequency in a funny kind of way. In fact, they actually control everything in a way, but they are controlled by the matrix. So although they are as I've said before, the operator of the matrix, they have no power in it, they have no power over it. Now, some might not like me saying that, because it takes the individual power away. But I'm saying that, I'm not doing that. I'm saying that it does revolve around the human. But if the human is controlled by the matrix and lives in the matrix, and the matrix, even at myself, like supposing I want to go to a spiritual level, which is, because I'm now seeing things that way, okay? That spiritual can be controlled by the physical, because we're in a physical domain. And now I suppose some people might say, well, you need to raise your frequency, because that's what I say, everything is frequency, vibration and energy. Well, if you are bombarded with low frequency, you will become low frequency. We're not at a level, and because we don't understand things, and because the matrix has now full control, which it is, the matrix is the matrix, and we're in the matrix. If you want to ask me why we're in the Matrix or why we can't get out and all this sort of stuff, well, look, that's for another video and for me to dwell on, I think, because it's something that I can answer in a second. And, it is a strain even looking for these things, because we're supposed to be just living, but none of us are, because the Matrix keeps us in its game, as opposed to, yes, like just living our own little game, or making our own little paradise, or whatever you want to say. I don't know. But at any rate, I'm just saying that everything, whatever you say, will come across a certain way. Sometimes even my videos, people could see them a certain way. They could even see them along a certain denomination line, a certain religious line. They could take it to mean all sorts of things, because there is truth in everything, because there is truth in a lot of the religions, there is truth in a lot of the books, there's truth in there is full truth in it. That is how the Matrix deceives and gets you to play the game, I think, because it can't get intelligent human beings to play a game unless they are pulled along to follow the truth, shall we say. So even the truth is the main weapon, in a funny kind of way, for the more I say, I don't like to use the word intelligent, but yes, but for the more humans who are more aware of their surroundings and aware that they are in a matrix, whereas the truth is not necessary for those that are playing for the Matrix, or who like the world as it is and who like the Matrix. That's not necessary, because they will believe whatever the Matrix tells them. They will want to, and they will be happy with that. Whereas those that do not like the Matrix so much, or find it too unnatural, or too artificial, or too alien, shall we say, whatever word you want to use. Alien to me just means unnatural, or not of the human, or not something we understand, something that is different to us, that is opposed to us, that sort of thing. That's how I use the word. I use words, and I don't know if I get the right meaning across. A bit like saying evil. Anything that is anti-life to me is evil. But yes, you can take all these things. Now, I could use better words, but even in using words, you can almost end up in a particular religion just by the words you use. And I'm not of any denomination, and do not want to be, and do not choose to be. That does not mean that there is not much truth in all the religions. Of course there is, because otherwise how would you get so many people to follow it? Human beings are not, we are mind controlled and matrix dominated and matrix directed, but we're not really silly. No. So we have to be led as much by truth as by the opposite of it, shall we say. In fact, we can be led more by truth than by things that aren't true. But, of course, we are living in a world that has been manufactured for us. So, in many ways, the basic truths may not be true anyway, because if you think the world itself, even at a physical level, is what it appears to be, and yet it is, but it isn't, because we only see, that's right, the tip of the iceberg. So, we only see what we see with our eyes and what we're told. So, if we are only given a little bit, and the rest is kind of like a fairy tale, like my videos and stuff. The only difference between me is that I say they're fairy tales because not everyone believes in them. But, some people believe in fairy tales. When you're a kid, you read fairy tales and you believe in them. I just now think there is very little difference, but that's just me, But anyway, I'm folding up here now because I'll make a proper video. This is just, I was going to make one here, but I'm a bit uncomfortable. I'm not sitting down, and I'm not holding the phone very well. Also, I'm hearing disturbances around, so I'll have to fold up